لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك لبيك شريك لبيك.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuhu. This is Us You Answer the Call. I am Rashida Abubakar, your regular anchor, welcoming you to another edition of the program. The National HAJJ Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has embraced the use of information and communication technology in enhancing HAJJ management. In addition to this, NAHCON is keen into the digital policy of Saudi Authority. These are moves by NAHCON as part of its preparation for the 2025 Hajj. And so, in the Spotlight segment, we shall highlight how NAHCON is using ICT to impact Hajj management. Also in the package, we have other regular segments such as Making the Hajj and NAHCON News Diary, which highlights the activities of NAHCON and other stakeholders in the Hajj industry. Still coming your way is the announcement of the quiz winner. Keep watching.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. The program kicks off with the News Diary. Stay tuned.
The chairman of the National HAJJ Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, Professor Abdullahi Saleh Usman, is leading a high-level delegation to Saudi Arabia for discussions on the 2025 Hajj. NAHCON Commissioner for Planning, Research, Information Statistics and Library Services, Professor Abubakar Yagawal, says 3 issues top the agenda for the trip.
One is to meet with the officials of Wazaratul Hajj to discuss those new policies introduced to us that we cannot understand, comprehend them fully without sitting and discussing with them. So this is one of the purposes. Secondly, our chairman is a new chairman in the commission. He needs to familiarize himself with the Saudi authorities concerning related to Hajj activities. Thirdly, there is what they call reconciliation. In last Hajj operation, during payment of services, some service providers, as we learned, were overpaid, some were underpaid. So they want to go and sit together with those service providers in order to reconcile, to make the balance correct.
On the new policies introduced, the Commissioner explains further.
Accommodation in Medina and the feeding is in the hand of the Commission. So, and in Mecca, in the hand of state governments, state boards. But now, Saudi is saying all the services, both in Mecca and Medina, will be taken away from Nigerians to Saudi authority. So we, in fact, have our own view because we know some services cannot be well rendered if Nigerians are not involved. Therefore, they are going to discuss with them to see the modalities, to see how we get our way out. Likewise, I say there is one policy, new policies in medical. Also, even though we have not digested it yet here, but we want to say they went to discuss with them, to know that new policies, to discuss with them physically so that we understand them and know how to implement them.
Professor Abubakar Yagawal added that by January, NAHCON and its stakeholders will travel to Saudi Arabia for the first phase of pre-Hajj visit. Meanwhile, NAHCON chairman has continued his familiarization visit to stakeholders in Hajj affairs. To this end, the chairman last week visited the Chairman House Committee on Muslim Pilgrims Affairs, Honorable Jafar Muhammad, in his office at the National Assembly complex. Similarly, the NAHCON boss also visited the Saudi consulate in Kano, where he interacted with the Consul General, Halil Ahmed Adamawi. It was on Wednesday this week. In all the visits, issues on the preparations for the 2025 Hajj topped the agenda of discussions. As the preparations for the 2025 Hajj gathers momentum, the management of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has advertised for airliners wishing to participate in the airlift of Nigerian pilgrims and cargo during the 2025 Hajj exercise. In the advert, NAHCON spells out requirements to be fulfilled for the issuance of operational license. These include, among others, valid air transport license ATL, air operating permit AOP, air operation certificate AOC. The airliner must be active operationally and designated on the Nigeria-Saudi route by authorities from Nigeria and Saudi Arabia. Others are evidence of ownership of aircraft or credible lease agreement, ability to make available reliable flight schedule for the operation not less than 8 weeks before the commencement of airlift, and each applicant shall appear for screening on a date to be communicated by the Commission after the receipt of completed application forms. The application should reach the Commission on or before the 26th of November 2024 and addressed to the Secretary of the Commission, Hajj House, plot number 991 and 992, Zakaria Maimalari Street, adjacent to National Defense College, Central Business District, Abuja. Still on 2025 Hajj preparations, Ogun State Pilgrims Welfare Board has announced the commencement of pilgrims registration for the 2025 Hajj exercise. Executive Secretary of the board, Ajibola Taiwo, made the announcement in Abeokuta, saying intending pilgrims wishing to go through the state should pay 8.5 million naira as initial deposit pending the final announcement of the Hajj fare by the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON. Intending pilgrims from the state are advised to make payments using a bank draft or directly into the board's designated accounts. And in Katsina State, Governor Umrah has directed the State Pilgrims Welfare Board to begin pilgrims registration in line with NAHCON-approved guidelines. The board this week announced 8.4 million naira as initial deposit, calling on intended pilgrims to make payments in the name of the board via certified bank draft. The board has directed prospective pilgrims to visit its zonal offices in Funtua, Malumpashi, Dutsemma, Kankia, Daura, Mani, and Katsina for further inquiries or information.
Alhamdulillah, you are still watching as you answer the call, a public enlightenment presentation that keeps you abreast of the activities of the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, and other Hajj-related matters. Through the use of multifaceted ICT initiatives, NAHCON is transforming Hajj management in Nigeria. What are these initiatives and how are they impacting on Hajj management? Answers to these and other questions will form the thrust of our Spotlight segment. Stay with us.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
This is NAHCON Situation Room, situated at its Umrah district office in Meccatul Mukarramah. It was established in 2017. The idea is to deploy information communication technology (ICT) in its operations towards ensuring efficiency in service delivery, and as well key into the Saudi policy of running an e-Hajj exercise. By leveraging on ICT, the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, has significantly improved on Hajj management in Nigeria. This was made possible through the effective use of ICT. This made it possible for NAHCON to introduce a number of ICT-based operations, such as Electronic Pilgrims Registration Portal, e-Directorate System, Complaint Management System, Mobile Hajj Guide, Global Positioning System application known as GPS, and Pilgrims e-Release System.
Based on the last year Hajj, there are so many improvements The Commission has created many systems, like pilgrim release systems. Before, in the office, in Makkah office, NAHCON writes release of pilgrims. Release means sending back Nigerian pilgrims to Nigeria. But you know, before you send it, you have to write a document including the list of the pilgrims to the Muassasa. The Muassasa will approve and release those people to travel. Without that, their passport will not be released. So we did it manually before, but last year, with the good Samaritan of the last chairman, he actually implemented that system, whereby the state themselves, they stay in their offices without coming to NAHCON and enter the system, log in, release, select their own pilgrim that they want to leave today, tomorrow, or next, and send online.
While using the e-Directorate, NAHCON officials and other stakeholders can easily respond to emergencies related to services such as feeding, accommodation facilities, healthcare services, tents facilities in Muna and Arafah, transport arrangements, and luggage management.
In the e-Directorate, there's a different groupings. All the committee has been grouped, is showing in the e-Directory. All the non-committee, those people working in the office, they're also there. The field support staffs, they're also there. So if there's issue on accommodation, or there's AC issue, if the pilgrim can call the call center, then the ICT people sitting there answer that call can be able to log in on the e-Directorate and see who's supposed to support, who's the head of accommodation for particular that state. Immediately you get the number, no need of calling anybody. Then get the number of that person, call. So I mean that is a storage where we give the contact for emergency support.
In addition to this, when pilgrims and services are registered, NAHCON takes advantage of the Global Positioning System application. This is done to help pilgrims identify their accommodation and other places.
When we are registering accommodations and tents of the pilgrims, we get their GPS numbers and store inside that system. As soon as you type the name of the state you are going, it will show all the hotels. You not select which hotel you are going. It will direct you whether by road or by car. It will direct you or by your leg. So it will direct you how to reach that particular place. So it's just a location finder. That's the use of the GPS.
Looking ahead, particularly as Saudi Arabia is introducing many ICT-related policies, NAHCON has perfected plans to further explore innovations in ICT as the need arises. Again, NAHCON adoption of ICT in its operations is to have a computer-based multifaceted solution for pilgrims registration to ensure that a comprehensive database for all pilgrims is established. This is why NAHCON developed the e-registration system.
So this system is not our system. We don't normally longer get in the database of that system, because as soon as the HAJJ finish, there's a particular period where that system will refresh, become empty. So I mean that we don't have access to that database. That's why we always have that e-reg to make sure that Nigerian pilgrims are being registered on the systems in Nigeria. Therefore, so we ensure states get the details of the pilgrims and entered on that system. Then we keep that system for our record purpose.
In the course of 2024 Hajj, Saudi Arabia introduced the use of a smart card known as Nusuk. Having embraced ICT, NAHCON easily streamlined its activities to align with the scheme. It ensured that all Nigerian pilgrims that participated in the Hajj exercise secured the Nusuk smart card. The card contains vital information about each pilgrim.
That Nusuk card is being printed by the Muassasa, because the Muassasa has a detail through the e-track system. As soon as you are registered on the e-track, you get your visa there, your accommodation is there. So the Nusuk card contains every details, all the details of the pilgrims. That Nusuk card, as you flash it even on your phone, it has a QR form, QR symbols, where when you scan it, you can be able to see all the information of that pilgrim. If the pilgrim's missed, you can be able to trace where he's supposed to go, which accommodation he's staying, which state he belongs to.
Again, without the Nusuk smart card, pilgrims cannot access places for Hajj rites and other services. It also helps in addressing the challenges faced by non-registered pilgrims.
Staying in Muna initially, not only for Nigerians, we have those people called Takaris. Those people are the people staying there, run away people that run away from their country, not only Nigerians, some people from different Pakistan, Bangladesh, Niger, all these ones. So they try to see they enter and do Hajj. If we have 10 beds inside a particular tent, and intruder came in, he replaced a particular person. Instead of 10, we have 11 people. Mean that 2 people will share 1 bed, which becomes like inconvenient to the pilgrims. Sometimes you see our pilgrims sleeping on the street in Muna, mean that there are some intruders occupy their tents.
NAHCON's use of ICT extends to collaboration with national and international organizations. This includes National Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, and Galaxy Backbone, all in Nigeria. Through these multidimensional ICT initiatives, NAHCON is transforming Hajj management in Nigeria and beyond. The integration of technology has not only embraced efficiency and safety, but also enriches the spiritual journey for pilgrims.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك.
MashaAllah, the program is as you answer the call. Coming up next is Making the Hajj. Sheikh Mohammed bin Usman continued the discussion on conditions to be fulfilled by Muslims before embarking on Hajj. Let's hear him.
Hajj is one of the pillars of Islam.
It's a circumambulation of the Holy Kaaba. It's a pillar of the major pilgrimage.
Arafah is the most significant pillar of Hajj. Whoever misses Arafah has missed Hajj.
The most important benefit of Hajj is to be born again.
And Al-Hajj al-Mabrur, accepted Hajj, has no any reward except the paradise.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك 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 اللهم.
Before starting the journey for Hajj, a Muslim must have a sincere intention to perform the pilgrimage for the sake of Allah. This commitment is fundamental as it transforms the journey into a profound spiritual obligation. In addition to this condition, persons embarking on Hajj must acquaint themselves with the rites of Hajj.
For you to do Hajj in the way and manner pleasing to Allah the Almighty, you have to be knowledgeable. Otherwise, you go and do it ignorantly, you end up without having nothing. You end up just saying, Labbaik, you don't know what you're saying. So being knowledgeable concerning Hajj is sine qua non, as they say, in guaranteeing the acceptability of one's Hajj. Very important.
Hajj requires mental and emotional maturity. Therefore, the person undertaking the journey should have reached the age of puberty.
How can you just take a baby, being breastfed, to go for Hajj? All right, just 3-year-old baby go for Hajj? No. But in case he has gone for Hajj, the reward, is going to be accruing to the what do you call it? To the banks of their parent, meaning that the parent are going to be rewarded. One lady said, Ya Rasulallah, ala hadha al-walad hadha ghulam hajj. She raised up her babe. She said, Oh Allah's Messenger, is there Hajj on this baby? He said, yes, but the reward goes to you, not to him. So if a babe goes for Hajj, that does not rescind from his neck the actual Hajj of Islam.
Similarly, those wishing to go for Hajj must be healthy.
Because Hajj is about health. When you say healthy, one has to be healthy mentally, physically, and or if you like it, anatomically. If somebody, no matter how wealthy or how healthy he is by his body built, but he is mentally challenged, mentally deranged, he can't go for Hajj. Otherwise, a madman is going to Hajj and is going to exhibit madness.
All the conditions highlighted are also applicable to women, except in some instances, such as having a muharrim to accompany the woman during the journey.
something incumbent here for a woman to have a mahram who accompanies her in the absence of her husband, her son, anybody that's related to her. Her son is a mahram, her husband is her husband, her father, her son, whatever. So these related people to her should accompany her to go for Hajj. She cannot go alone in the name of I am of age, I am matured. We are talking about the teachings of the deen.
In this matter, the Islamic scholar says in the absence of mahrim, a trusted group of people can serve the purpose.
There is this second view that عند وجود رفقة مأمونة, the husband doesn't have financial muscle to go. His wife, her father, is the one taking care of her traveling, not the husband. But the father doesn't have time to accompany her. So some are of the view the husband or the father can connect himself to any group of people, respectable group of people, God-fearing. He can entrust the care of his wife in their hand. The imam leading the group, please, this is my wife. She is going to be under your watch, under your care. They are saying this is allowed if the group is reliable. Their reliability is understood in the light of their being God conscious. All right, they are trustworthy. They are not people of negative character. Yeah, she can be entrusted in their care for Hajj.
While encouraging Muslims to learn more about Hajj, Sheikh Mohammed bin Uthman says fulfilling the conditions stipulated helps in guaranteeing Hajj Mabrur.
Alhamdulillah. Now it's time to know the winner of last week's quiz and also the question for this week. Good luck.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك.
Welcome to the quiz segment. The question in the last episode was, mention 3 conditions to be fulfilled before embarking on Hajj. The correct answer is being Muslim, financial capability, and being healthy. The winner is Muhammad Suleiman from Adamawa State. He provided the answer ahead of others. Muhammad Suleiman will be contacted on how NAHCON will reach him with the prize he won. A quiz winner will get 25,000 Naira cash prize. This is part of NAHCON's effort in social investment in Nigeria. Now to the quiz for this week, and the question is, name the 3 types of Hajj recommended from which Muslims can choose. Again, name the 3 types of Hajj recommended from which Muslims can choose. Text your answer to the number showing on your screen. The winner will be the first person whose correct answer is received. All answers should carry the name and location of sender. Good luck and happy viewing.
Once again, good luck to you. Up next are your messages.
لبيك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لبيك.
From our Facebook page, Nasir Kabir has this prayer for NAHCON. May Allah continue to help and guide the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NAHCON, to succeed in organizing Hajj for Nigerians. Still from our Facebook page, Akim Olasubomi commented, "Congratulations to Professor Abdullahi Saleh Usman on his assumption of office. I wish him Allah's guidance."
The message segment ends this week's edition of the program. See you same time, same day next week with another edition of the program. But before we go, remember that you can send your messages, comments, observations and questions through our mobile phone number and other social media platforms. Once again, thanks for watching. Ma'assalam.
لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا شريك لك لبيك إن الحمد والنعمة لك والملك لا شريك لك لبيك اللهم لبيك لبيك لا